There are a lot of tech stacks out there, but this one is mine. For 2026 and moving forward, I am going to stay with Laravel, Inertia, Vue, N8N, and a little bit AI sprinkled here and there, but not vibe coding. In this video, I will show you the reasoning why I chose exactly this tech stack and what I will be building with it and what I like and dislike about this kind of stuff. So let us start. So let's jump into the stack. The stack is actually Laravel Inertia and Vue. I love how it works. I do love how Laravel handles the routing. I do love how the folder structure is built. I do understand it straight up, so I know everything where is what. It's when you get used to something, then you just understand it better. But I also have been working with Django and also trying a little bit Spring stuff, so in the Java world, and I really didn't like how they built things. I didn't like the folder structure. It was not so clear as it is here. So now after working a little bit with Laravel, I understand where everything is, and I actually like the way they put things. So this is one thing, and the other thing is the routing. It just is clear what's happening. It's not as convoluted and strange as it is in Django, for example. I didn't like that at all, what they do in Django. Here, it's actually kind of clear. It's not perfect. I don't like this double colons and those arrows. It's a little bit too verbose, in my opinion, but that's also the only thing. There are so many helpers, and like this route resource, it just generates all the resources at once for you, so you don't have to generate all the single resources. You can, yeah, the route list. I just put in personas resource, and then I have my create, I have my edit, I have my show, and I have my destroy, and I have everything what I need is straight up made for me with the resource itself, so that I don't have to routes step by step. I just can, yeah, use the helpers. It's awesome. It's just such time saver, and it's yeah, the boilerplate is so unnecessary sometimes, so I really appreciate this kind of stuff. So the third thing I love about this is Vue itself. Vue is awesome. I like working with Vue. I don't know why. I can't tell you exactly why. It feels like it should be like that. So my brain works exactly the way Vue works when it goes about front end. I like that I have the script and the template in one file, actually. I do enjoy that. Everything is together. And if I work on the JavaScript side, I either ways want to work on the template. It lets me choose if I want to use strict TypeScript mode or not. For example, I can ignore TypeScript if I want to prototype something fast and add it later where it's needed. And this is the exact way I like to work with this kind of stuff. That's just it. I just like how it works. The components are straightforward. You know where everything is expected. Actually, straight away after using it for a week or something, I was already feeling at home. I already knew, okay, this is where I'm going to stay. After Angular and React, this is actually the way it should work. That's just my feeling. I like it. I will be testing some stuff in future, but this is my stack for now, and I'm not going to change it. Also, the routing stuff that Inertia handles, it's clear, it's very good, it's fun to work with. It just works, and it just also fits my mental model of how an app should look like, especially in internal apps that I'm writing for me or my clients. It's nothing customer facing. There are no millions of users on this kind of stuff, so I don't need to think about performance that much. Everything works. Everything is there where I expect it. This is the way I like to write apps. That's why I'm going to keep it. I'm sprinkling Shad-cn in the app, so my apps look almost always like this. This is the way I like to write it, because I don't have to think about UI or UX. I'm not a UX designer. I don't want to be a UX designer. I want to build apps, and I want to think about logic, about how things actually work, how the data flows. So this is actually the way I want to do it. I am using AI, of course. I'm using mostly, I think I still have it open, for this kind of stuff. Like, this is what I've been using, where to place stuff. For example, I was not sure, should I make a trade out of it? Should I make a service out of it? Should I put it in a util folder? And this is like stuff that my brain likes to pick apart, and I think about this kind of stuff, and it actually doesn't make much sense because it doesn't matter that much, to be honest. I'm a single dev, but still I'm thinking about it, and I'm wasting time. So I just put it into an AI, and the AI said, hey man, you have a prompt service, just put it in there. And it was like, yeah, sure, yeah, I have a prompt service, I will put it in there. Great. Now I can move on, and I know this, I will find it where it needs to be because it has to do with prompt. And this is the way I'm using AI. I'm also using it a lot for planning. So I have here my open code running, but I'm just testing it out, to be honest. I didn't use it for that long. I use it for some remaining stuff and extraction. So it's extracted an add icon button to its own element. This is actually this one. This add icon button, I extracted it by hand, and I actually wanted to see if the AI will do a good job with this kind of thing after I've done it myself, and it did exactly what I wanted with the edit button, because it was also, yeah, I was duplicating code a lot, so I extracted it and let it change every occurrence everywhere, and it did a crazy good job about that. But I did it first myself. I told it the pattern I want to work with, and then I let it do its thing for another for the second button, and then it worked quite well. Um, I also, yeah, extracting, analyzing project overview and asking questions, what it actually thinks about the projects, what is good, what is bad. That's all I'm using it for, and I don't plan on using it more. That's it for vibe coding stuff. For me, I don't like web coding. I like writing my software myself. It's fun to write software. I love the craft. I learned it just because I like to do it. I always wanted to know how to program, and I learned it now. So I'm not giving this away to the AI. Why would I do that? I love coding. That's why I'm going to do it myself. I am going to use AI, but just for boilerplate stuff. And this is my tech stack for 2026 and hopefully moving forward. It is a lot of fun. That's one of primary reasons for me for using this tech stack and these technologies, because they are fun. Of course, there are so many things changing, and we don't know what will happen tomorrow. New LLMs dropping constantly. Maybe I will change something in the future, but I don't think so. I already have plans for the next projects that I will also document here. So if you like this kind of content, and if you like to see what other people are building, I will show everything, what I'm building, what I'm automating, especially for my businesses, so I don't do some tic-tac-toe games and to-do apps and stuff. I build apps that I'm actually are using in my businesses, or I plan to use in my businesses, and I will show everything here online, so stay tuned for that. It was great to have you. Subscribe if you like it. Leave me a comment if you have questions. I will answer every comment, I promise. And thank you. See you next time.